Yo, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Urban Revolution Radio Show with your boy Dino and your man D Hicks. How you doing? How you doing? Let us know what you want to hear at 812-303-5018 or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/live999WJCB. And if you are an independent artist or entrepreneur, you want to get your music heard or get your business some exposure here on the Urban Revolution Radio Show, all you have to do is drop us a clean MP3 version or a brief description of your business to our email at ninoincognito@gmail.com. Or, as I know, you can actually go to our website now at live999WJCB.com and submit your music or your business description through the website. And if it's on point, we'll show it as much love as humanly possible. And you could be our next independent artist or entrepreneur of the week, just like this week's independent artist of the week, Kevin Lefler, aka PD of PD and the Big D, with their hit single "Ay Ay Ay Ay." Every time I say that, you just start giggling, boy. Cool song, only here right here on the station that supports local independent artists in the tri-state, Live 99 WJCB. Got a great show lined up. Well, you got Kanye's listening party in Chicago coming up with the Donda. Yeah, he's doing another listening party. It's not a release album, not a release party. He's just doing another listening party. But he's got a special surprise for this release party. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Plus, Megan Thee Stallion, she's going to court alleging that her label 1501 is blocking the release of her Butter remix. We'll tell you more about that in a little bit. Plus, we got the if you're a hot dog fan, you eat hot dogs?
I used to back in the day, man. I don't care if it's for now.
Yeah, I kind of fell off for them a little bit as a kid. But they say hot dogs now, the way they're designed, the ingredients in them take minutes off of your life. Every hot dog you eat will tell you just how many minutes per hot dog that you're losing. Plus, Jay-Z and Beyonce, they got the new Tiffany and Diamond Company advertisement out with their posing in front of I guess a controversial, well, not a controversial painting, but a painting by a formerly controversial artist. But they're coming under fire for a different reason. You know what I mean? So we'll tell you why for posing with that painting. And it might not be for the reason that you think. We'll let you know in a little bit. Plus, Lil Nas X returns to working at Taco Bell, but not in his former capacity as a cashier. We'll tell you what his new job over at Taco Bell is going to be in a little bit. You ever worked at Taco Bell or a fast food restaurant? Never? You never worked a fast food joint?
Fast food. I was straight to milk out of high school.
Really, really? Okay, yeah. When you got out, you didn't work fast food at that?
Man, 3rd days of high school, Jack, I was on to the military.
Yeah, man. It took me about 6 months after I got out. But when I got back, I went to a fast food restaurant. I started working, but wasn't Taco Bell though. It was McDonald's. I know, right? Oh, you just told your age on that. Yeah, man. But we'll tell you what Lil Nas X's new job over at Taco Bell is going to be. Plus, Indiana reports 146 new COVID cases and 2 new deaths in the Vanderburgh County area as the COVID-19 Delta variant takes hold here in southern Indiana. Plus, COVID-19 is seemingly to blame for all of the problems going on at the Woodland Park Apartments.
That's what? A lie.
Oh, that's exactly what they're saying. So we'll let you know if there's any truth behind it. It's Urban Revolution Radio with your boy Nino and your man D Hicks on Live 99. Urban Revolution Radio with your boy Nino on Live 99. Let us know what you want to hear at 812-303-5018 or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/live999WJCB, sponsored by Loudberries Clothing at loudberries.com for the 420 clothing enthusiasts. Get all of your 420 related gear and get fresh to death for the summer. Doggone it, I keep saying summer. It's still feeling like it's summer out there. Man, it was like 103 degrees out there yesterday. Man, man, that muggy hot is so you got to be out there today. Get you some water, stay hydrated, all that good stuff. Want to wish a special happy birthday to my juniors out there at the University of Louisville right now. If you got to be out there junior crossing that campus in the middle of this heat and all this stuff going from class to class, man, get indoors as quickly as possible. Get you some water. Stay hydrated because I know it's hot on that campus.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got a lot of construction still going on
Oh,
down there, building all kind of
Oh,
buildings, all that diesel fuel and exhaust in the air. Man, so I know it's muggy hot down there. So happy birthday to you. It's his first birthday that he spent away from home
yeah.
since he was born. So he's turning into a big boy. He's a grown, or almost a grown man now. Just turned 18 years old today. So happy birthday to the Nino Jr. out there at the University of Louisville. And as usual, got my man D Hicks on the right hand side. What's good with you, D?
What's happening this morning, boss?
Man, chilling, man. We Kanye West got the Donda album coming out. And as of yet, we still don't have a release
Well, so I
date.
guess release date is not this Thursday.
It was supposed to have been tomorrow, Thursday,
Right,
but it
Thursday.
still has not been officially confirmed yet. You know what I mean? So he still has another release party.
Yeah.
I mean, not a release party. It's not a release party. It's a
Listening party.
listening party, another
Right.
listening party for
Right.
the Donda album. But he's doing something different for this one. He instead he's gonna build a mansion in the middle of the stadium, in the middle of the venue, and is a replica of the house that he said that he's supposed to give.
Built for his mother.
You know what I mean? Say
That's all right, man.
say Kanye may not even need to drop the album as he's played it for the public so many times, according to Yahoo Life. But yet, still talking about Donda, and though it's been a few weeks now since the Chicago rapper announced the 10th studio album, the release date has been moved at least 11 times. So technically 4 times. I think that's the fourth time has actually been pushed back and say. But now he's going to pay homage to his mother Donda during this listening party in the best way that he knows how. And in Chicago Soldier Field coming up tomorrow, he's having a replica of the house that he grew up in, built in the middle of the stadium. And say hype for the new event started when Kanye West wiped his Instagram feed of all his content, following that Drake fiasco, posting his address. You know what I mean? So he left us the photo of his childhood home with absolutely no caption on it. It says millions of likes, tens of thousands of comments, absolutely no response. But since then, Kanye began reconstructing his childhood home that he shared with his mother in the center of Soldier Field in preparation for the listening party. So it's
might be interesting.
each one of these listening parties are turning into more and more concerts. They're more concerts of anything. Because they like the first one they listen to a couple beats. Second one you got beats in the album. They listen to a whole bunch of stuff. He just
make money off.
Making people come in and pay just to listen to him, listen to his own stuff. Oh man, that's just marketing. Marketing genius right there,
You can't be mad at him.
You know what I mean? So but photos began circulating on the internet of a large crew working on putting together the house atop of a large stage. And it said the West and his mother lived in that house until she sold it in 2003. And after starting a non-for-profit, watching the house go through foreclosure and seeing the infrastructure collapse, West was able to buy his childhood home back in 2019 and began renovating it. And according to the New York Post, it said while the home renovation continues, Kanye still appears to be working on the album. You know what I mean? So I guess he's bringing the studio with him down into Chicago in the Soldier Field.
Right.
I don't think Soldier Field's going to rename.
I think after Soldier Field, he's going to release the album.
And I wish I could guarantee, I wish I could agree with you on that one, because if he can find a way to push it back again and just draw out that, drama, draw out the listening, you know what I mean?
It's been a while since he went to his hometown,
But that's still just marketing. You know what I mean? I really believe it's just marketing, just the marketing point. Because all they're going to do is tear that house down. They can tear that house down and rebuild it in another stadium when he goes and does another listening party. And, and that's going to be just the icon of the Donda album, because that's the house that his mother and bought, that he grew up in. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a reminder. That's the icon, of the whole Donda album and everything. But I just wish he would just drop the album and just turn it into a concert. All this pushing the album back, because there's no real reason, according to any sources, of why he's pushing it back. Is there no new songs being made? No. Everybody's just listing. He's not doing any kind of post production, extra tweaks and turn the bass to about put another verse on this one, and then it's just okay. We're gonna give them another listening party. Let them listen to this part of it. We're gonna play these songs. Let them listen to that. And I think he's just drawing out this release date just to try to get as much attention as possible because he's paying.
As he should.
It's marketing genius. People are paying to listen.
Paying to listen to him.
You know, he's not even performing. You know, right? He's not even performing. He's just coming out and pressing play, and then he's listening right along with, "Hey, check this song out. I did this song with such as what y'all think it is, beat." And that's all he's doing, and people are paying. You know, it's a novelty, I guess. You know what I mean? But I wonder if he's drawing it out. Yeah.
So I'm sure they're gonna stream from Chicago as well too.
You know what I mean? So we'll see what goes on. And they're building a replica of the house, so that's a lot of investment to be made just for a listening party. I mean, to reconstruction. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, I mean, he can do what he wants to.
Do what you want to do
right now. So why not build a replica of your own house?
Right.
In another stadium while you're living in another stadium while you got $1 billion ranch in another state somewhere.
Two ranches now.
You know what I mean? So the story continues. We'll see what's happening with the next listed party. Supposed to be scheduled for tomorrow over at Soldier Field in my hometown, Chicago. Hopefully they'll have the house finished being built by then. I don't think it's gonna be complete with plumbing or nothing like that. That's gonna be the shell of the house. Will you be attending the Chicago Donda listening party at all? My Chicago listeners out there, or if you're in upper northern Indiana or somewhere around there in Chicago area, let us know if you're going to be attending a listening party out at Soldier Field tomorrow. Let us know 812-303-5018 or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/live999WJCB. Urban Revolution Radio with your boy Nino and your man D Hicks on Live 99, sponsored by Loudberries Clothing and Loudberries.com for the 420 clothing enthusiasts. Get all of your 420 related gear and get fresh to death for the fall coming up season. Did I get it right this time? I said fall and not summer. For the fall season and upcoming school year at Loudberries.com. Get a 15% discount when you use the promo code that's featured on our podcast. You can check that out when you watch the podcast later on. And as usual, we got Making the Stallion and court battles. First is with your man Tory Lanez with the shooting in the foot and all that. Then breaking the restraining order on the concert with the Rolling Loud concert where he wasn't supposed to be within 100 yards. I thought it was 100 feet, but no, it's a football field. Yeah, he wasn't supposed to be that close. So she's fighting that. Prosecutors got Tory Lanez had to up his bail on that one. Now Megan Thee Stallion is war once again with her own label. What is it? 1501? 1501 Certified Entertainment. Is that the name of it? 1501?
Yeah, 1501. Right.
And his former head, Carl Crawford, has said Megan filed legal documents in court alleging that the label is blocking the release of new music from her, according to hiphopandmore.com. It said particularly the remix of the BTS's global hit Butter. You know what BTS is?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Korean
16-man Korean.
Got an army though.
Man, they got a football line up right there, boy. They got
I think they're from Korea.
I think they're from Korea. Yeah, they're what they call K-pop. You know, Korean pop bands. K-pop. You know, it's a bunch of them. You know, I mean, it's like 8 or 9 of them. Yeah, they better know it. They mean to hurt somebody with all them guys on stage kicking the wrong direction. You mean to kick somebody in the name. You know what I mean? So you gotta watch it. But they got this hit Butter out. You know what I mean? One of the global hits. And Megan, you know, she calls herself being very eclectic when it comes to music. She likes all kinds of genres of music, and she wants to do a remix, which she actually did a remix with her featured on there with the new song. But her label, 1501, is blocking the release of it because they don't think it's going to be good for her career. You know what I mean? Which I don't see. They don't really specify why they don't think it's going to be bad for her career, but they just...
to the song. It's a decent song, but I don't really think it'd be something that's going to catch Like,
I mean,
yeah.
but it's not for us. You got to
You're
think
right. For
that right.
K-pop,
That be
K-pop make it
right,
make
right.
sense. I can
That's
understand
not
that.
for
Yeah,
our crowd. She's trying to reach
household
out into
minded
the
right there. Yeah,
right. She's trying to
K-pop,
reach
right,
out into the international crowd and everything. You know, the
right. Okay,
overseas.
I can see what she's
And
thinking there.
it's a lot of the Asian community here in America that still listen to that K-pop because they're natural,
Right, natural,
Koreans
right.
or migrant, immigrants from Korea still have deep Korean or Asian roots and ties to their
Mm-hmm.
home country, and they
Right.
still like that kind of music. So I kind of applaud her for trying to tap into that genre because not too many, artists like that or hip hoppers, especially rappers. I think Wu Tang was the last one to try to use some kind of Asian,
Right,
thing,
yeah, Asian thing, right.
when because people laughed at them when they tried to do the martial arts karate movies and
But
kung
it
fu
worked though.
movies.
It worked,
Man,
didn't it?
RZA and
Yeah,
Jizza made it work, and
it
I
made it
mean,
work. And he
30
still make
years later,
movies
it's
now, yeah.
classics. You know
Right.
what I mean? So, and the beats that they have, like I say, we just listened to
Yeah, the butter song,
the
right.
original Butter song from
Right.
BTS, and it has a nice little catchy, danceable beat, and all the guys they out there doing their little thing. So I can see Megan Thee Stallion coming in with a little interlude, maybe a 4 to 8, 8 bar,
Yeah.
interlude in the middle of it,
No
coming
more than
shaking
eight
a little.
bars though.
Yeah, but it really wouldn't have to be that long
Right,
because you got
right.
to think it's like 14 of them.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them already trying to get their
Right, I
little
hear you.
verses in,
Yeah,
so
versus
she
yeah,
can't do
right.
a full 16.
Right, no.
So they give her a quick 8, Juicy J 8 bar, you know what I mean? Kind of, quick snippet. But that's all it's going to take because she's going to be such a contrast between watching these 8, 9, 10
15
little
people
Asian,
in there.
Asian
Right.
dudes standing around them. And she's actually taller than all of those guys. So she's really going to look like a stallion compared to
Yeah,
the
I hear
rest of
you,
them
man.
if they do a video, you know what I mean? So you can actually see the different ways in which that could go down. So I mean, I don't really see how they said that it's going to be bad for her
I
career.
didn't think bad. They didn't think it anything for a career, did
I
they?
mean,
Did they say bad?
the correct one to say Megan believes that jumping on the song will expand her international fan base, according to hiphopandmore.com, with the help of BTS's global appeal. But Megan said that her label 1501 told her that they believe the song's release is quote unquote not good for her career. So it's not the
And I
first time.
understand, there's always been a misconception about Koreans and black folk too. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they're looking at that way, saying
I
that
hope they're not going in with that kind of racist
that's
because
all I can. That's all I can
that's
think
some
of,
old
though,
Sanford
Joe.
and Son kind
Right?
of
You feel me?
old time.
So
I mean, because they love our music. You know what I mean?
yes,
We've all, like I said,
yes,
we've already
yes.
made the conversion of Asian to hip hop
Right.
music already with RZA, Jizza, Wu
RZA and
Tang
Wu
Clan.
Tang
They
Clan, they were
did that.
years over
You
there,
know what I
bro.
mean? Man,
Man, they
big
were
time
years.
follow. They
And
own.
RZA's still making movies, huh?
I mean, it's still
Man, still
doing it,
making
and
movies,
still
man.
making music based in
R.I.P.
that
Joe.
same genre. It's still carrying on. So I don't think it can be a downside to it.
It's
It's
gonna
not
be
like
a,
people in
it's gonna
America
be a
don't like
plus.
BTS. It's not
Right.
like we're boycotting them.
Right.
It's not like, they had some kind of controversial thing and she's trying to do something with, I think it would be more of a detriment to her career if she did something with Tekashi 69 versus doing something with BTS.
Yeah.
But considering Tekashi's reputation and all that good stuff and his controversies going on with Jim Jones and that whole blood crew
Right.
and all that good stuff, it would be more of a detriment to her doing a song with him than it would be with these BTS guys. So I think they should allow that to go down and let her expand her
Right.
repertoire, expand her horizons, you know what I mean? Because the worst come to worst, but it don't get played.
Oh, it's gonna be a plus.
You know what I mean? What's it?
On both ends. It's
You
gonna
know
be
what
on
I
both
mean?
ends. BTS
That's the
style.
worst that could possibly happen. That it
Right.
just doesn't catch on. She just releases another song and they just move on. But I wouldn't say shut it down. I wouldn't say block it. I think their label is doing the wrong thing right now. Especially with Jay-Z doing all the expanding that he's doing right
Yeah.
now and trying to get into the gambling and the global gaming market with the other subsidiaries. And he's got the marijuana market, the how they're helping people
Right.
getting into their homes with the down payments, him and Will Smith.
Yeah.
So everybody's expanding and doing their own thing in that genre. So I think that they should really let her do her thing too when it comes down to this song with BTS, the Butter remix. I'm looking forward to it. I would probably even play it on the show. I would play her part on the show. Whatever her 8 bars is, play that in the hook, and then that'll be it. But it'd probably be a catchy song. We'll see. But Megan, 1501, if y'all listening, let her do the song. You know what I mean? I don't see any kind of downside or downturn to that. I don't see any kind of international incident coming from her being on the song with BTS. So do you think it would be good or bad for Megan Thee Stallion career to do a song with BTS? Do you know who BTS is? If not, Google it. Listen to the song Butter, and then let us know, could you hear Megan Thee Stallion making a little 8 to 10 bar, guest appearance on it. It's Urban Revolution Radio with your boy Nino and your man D Hicks on Live 99, sponsored by Loudberries Clothing at loudberries.com. Urban Revolution Radio with your boy Nino and your man D Hicks on Live 99, sponsored by Loudberries Clothing at loudberries.com. For the 420 clothing enthusiasts, get all of your 420 related gear. Stay fresh to death for the fall at loudberries.com. And if there's something else you want to hear, let us know at 812-303-5018 or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/live999WJCB. And we have a poll up on our Facebook page with that, according to the Kanye and Drake beef, versus Certified Lover Boy. So which side would you go on? So far, we've got a team Drake ahead by a slight margin.
And I'm gonna tell you why those haters are winning.
Yeah,
that's that new generation, man. I be talking about, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, I told you, most of the people who listen to Drake listen to Kanye, and who people listen to. Yeah, that's a very thick crossover audience right there. That backpack, cool for school, but too, kind of not gangster, but you know what I mean? It's
I love seeing it versus live.
Yeah, Kanye versus Drake. I would love to see that in Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? So you can cast your vote on our Facebook page. Thumbs up if you're team Kanye, and a heart if you're team Drake. And you know what I mean? We'll read the results all week during the show. Plus, next week, we're gonna have a chance for you to win some tickets to see DC Young Fly down at the Victory Theater. You know what I mean? Every day we're gonna give you a chance to win 2 tickets down there. There's going to be 1 pair of tickets given during the Urban Revolution radio show, and then DJ Bishop's going to give a pair away, and then Jones Capone's going to give a pair away, Debo's going to give a pair away. So every day we're going to have a pair of tickets for you to win here on Live 99 during one of the shows. So keep on listening for your chance to find out how you can win a pair of tickets to see DC Young Fly comedy show down at the Victory Theater here in Evansville, Indiana. Are you a hot dog fan?
Back in the day, I was. I love beef hot dogs.
Beef hot dogs. Yeah, when I was a kid, I was an Oscar Mayer head. Yeah, my mom used to always. I was always the kid. Why we got 8 hot dogs and 10 buns? No, 10. Excuse me, 10 hot dogs and 8 buns. You always have more hot dogs than buns to make you buy more buns, but then you end up having buns, with no hot dogs, and then the buns go bad because you ain't buying enough hot dogs. Because nobody buys the next pack of hot dogs. You always just have buns left over. And then they end up just going hard, you know what I mean, for like the next 2-3 weeks, and then you got to start the cycle all over again, you know what I mean? So, but according to some new reports, it say it's a dog eat hot dog world out there, and fans are concerned for the well-being of beloved hot dog eating champ Joey Chestnut after a new study found that every dirty water dog a human eats takes more than 36 minutes off of your life.
Well, back in the day,
but it didn't designate whether if it was beef hot dogs, pork hot dogs, turkey dog. Well, I don't miss the turkey dog.
I don't miss the turkey dogs.
But you say you like turkey bacon, though.
I just converted over to turkey bacon.
You just converted over to turkey bacon, man. I can't do the turkey bacon. I know
the price.
It's something about the texture. I just can't get into it, man.
That brand that I got, man, is like dark meat turkey.
Well, say according to the reports, the Journal of Nature Food, say eating a hot dog could cost you 36 minutes of healthy life while choosing to eat a serving of nuts. But don't. Instead, could help you gain 26 minutes of extra healthy life. So instead of losing 30 minutes eating a hot dog, they recommend eating something like peanuts, cashews, all that kind of other stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm a peanut butter guy. You know what I mean? So that, I really don't do the peanuts because, I got the spaces in my teeth, you know what I mean? So they tend to get to the little spaces every day. So it's a little bit hard for me to enjoy those kind of crunchy kind of, but I do like peanut butter and all that kind of good stuff, you know what I mean? But it's the findings have provoked a simultaneous concern and admiration for the legendary competitive eater, who by some Twitter denizens' calculations should have died like 30 years ago.
Right.
Based on how many hot dogs he's eating. Say Joey Chestnut would be dead already, sports writer Gary Sheffield wrote in response to the article. But don't they purge after they eat those hot dogs during the hot dog eating contest? You just got to hold it down until the end of the competition. So you mean they all of them competitive hot dog eaters actually digest and eat all of them hot dogs? See, and that's what I thought. I thought you just had to hold it down until the end of the competition. Man, see, then I put a whole new different light on how I look at these doggone hot dogs. Because I thought, you just got to have the strength enough to hold it down to the end of the competition. Then once they give you the championship, raise your hand up, they go in some KO pectator, whatever. At least some X-Lax or something to try to rush it through. Because you don't want to digest no 50, 60 hot dogs. Ew. Man, what your body tissue would look like if that's all. Because, really, you couldn't eat nothing else. No. If you ate 60 hot dogs, just in one. You know what I mean? They dunking the bread in water to try to eat it and something, all that. You know what I mean? So that's why I thought it was some kind of purge, movement, rushing of the movement. Jesus, okay. And say, by this man, Joey Chestnut is a Civil War ghost that haunts eating competitions. According to all of the hot dogs that he's eating, each one of them had taken 36 minutes off of his life. And like I said, I was giving him credit for not digesting. He was just swallowing it and then maybe just purging straight on out, not giving his body enough time to digest them and then really just going to eat some real food. After that. But, say Joey Chestnut disappearing out of photos like Back to the Future as another offered visual representation. Like every hot dog he eats is just taking him further and further out of existence. Say, indeed, by the website Sporting News' calculations, Chestnut has consumed a combined 1,094 hot dogs since first debuting at the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest back in 2005. And that's not even including the number of hot dogs he consumed while training.
Right, they trained
for the contest, which he has won 14 times in a row, so, which is the world record.
Yeah, so you figured it out.
Excuse me on that one. Man, say during the quarantine alone, Nathan shipped Joey Chestnut 90 pounds of hot dogs for him to practice on, and they're gone. So he ate 90. Oh my God! And then 36 minutes off each one of them. Each one of them is like a quarter pound. That's Jesus, man. Right? Said those 90 pounds accounted for 54 lost hours of life. Just that box alone would be 54 hours. So that's
over 1,000 hot dogs.
He's eating over 1,000 plus hot. He's just 1,000 hot dogs in competition.
Right. That's not the one.
Right. That's not training hot dogs. That's not regular hot dogs. That's not hot dogs he ate when he was a kid. Right. You know what I mean? So we just about triple that. So we're looking at about 3,300 to 3,500 hot dogs, with each one of them taking off a half hour of life. So you're looking at about 1,500 hours. 1,500 hours, whatever that is, divided into time. 1,500 hours of life gone. Just as a rough estimate, if that's really the way it's going to sit. Some are using Chestnut's continued existence as evidence that the study's findings may be more reflective of a greater truth about health eating and mortality rates, and less accurate about the specific life distractions that are mounted from certain foods. To say Joey Chestnut is still alive, so obviously those calculations aren't that accurate. But they can't be all that great for you. You know what I mean? Just think about all the stuff that's in a hot dog. As good as they taste.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Even the beef hot dog.
You know, there's some things you just don't want to think
You don't
about
wanna
when you
know
eat
what's
it.
in
Just,
it,
but
right.
you know, I've read the packaging, I've seen the documentaries and all of that good stuff. So it's not the most healthiest of food. It's a survival food, if anything, that I
Yeah.
would call it. It's just
Right.
if I gotta eat it, I'm gonna eat it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I
And,
don't
and, you
eat
know,
them all
you
the
eat them
time.
as a kid because you know it's the kind of a novelty of it. But as you get older, it's, you know, I kind of weaned off them. I'm more of a bratwurst kind of guy.
Bratwurst is bad.
Bratwurst ain't as bad. It's like they don't have beaks and hooves and all that stuff in there. But bratwurst is, yeah, but it's all pork and meat. It's not no hooves or tails. You know, I mean, I like beef hot dogs. Don't get me wrong, but they're expensive.
Yeah, you're right.
They real expensive, you know what I mean? So it's hard to go. And I think they, until they come down with a less expensive brand of them, you know what I mean? You know, I'm not really a hot dog fan like that myself, so I don't think I got to worry too much. It's more the liquor that's going to take a few minutes off my life than a hot dog. I tell you right now, so don't worry. I'd probably use a hot dog to wash soak the liquor up or something like that. Give me a bratwurst or something, you know, but not really a hot dog. Are you a hot dog fan? How many hot dogs do you consume in a week, in a month, in a year? Have you ever competed in a hot dog eating contest? And how many minutes of your life do you think it's taken off? Let us know, 812-303-5018, or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/live999WJCB. Urban Revolution Radio with your boy Nino and your man D Hicks on Live 99. Let us know what you want to hear. 812-303-5018, or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/live999WJCB. Sponsored by Loudberries Clothing and loudberries.com for the 420 clothing enthusiasts. Get all of your 420 related gear. Stay fresh to death for the fall and the upcoming school year at loudberries.com. And if you are an aspiring artist or entrepreneur, you want to get your voice heard here on Live 99, all you have to do is hit our website right now at live999wjcb.com. It's actually a submission form on the website right now for you to submit your independent music. Make sure you own the rights to the music before you submit them to us, and make sure it's a clean MP3 version. And if it's on point, we'll show it as much love as humanly possible, and you could be our next independent artist or entrepreneur of the week, just like PD and the Big D with that I want you to kick every time I say it. Hey, you can hear him on YouTube and exclusively here on Live 99 WJCB. Got your chance to win some DC Young Fly tickets too, coming up starting next Monday, August the 30th. He's going to be here in Evansville at the Victory Theater coming up, and we got your chance to win a pair of tickets every day starting next week. So be sure to be listening and tuning in for your chance to win. Jay-Z and Beyonce, you know, they got the new Tiffany Diamond and Company contract right now, and they did a little photo shoot, filming in front of a painting that a lot of people they just said was never before seen in public before by artist called Basquiat, Basquiat. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly because you know that's above my little Basquiat. You know, that's way above my income bracket. You know, talking about paintings and popular paintings and all that good stuff, especially ones you talking about never before seen. You know what I mean? Only billionaires like Jay-Z and Beyonce could get away with that. But even then, somebody is always going to have something to say about it. A lot of people are mad that they're using this painting from a former graffiti artist, you know what I mean, a street artist, but they say that he probably wouldn't want his painting being used in a commercial advertising, you know, especially for some company like Tiffany and Company. It says shot in Los Angeles. It says Basquiat, who died of a drug overdose in 1988 at the age of 27, left behind a treasure trove of work. But this particular painting had never been before viewed by the public. And Tiffany and Company recently acquired the Robin Egg Blue artwork, which had been in the possession of a private collector since the early 1980s. And it said the artwork seems to match Tiffany's new color scheme logo. Mm-hmm. So they thought it would be a good background drop for Jay-Z and Beyonce to shoot, you know, shoot the commercial. And Tiffany owned the person who owns Tiffany. They own the painting.
Well,
You
they do what they
know,
want to do with it.
excuse me.
They do what they want to do with it. So,
Which I don't understand what people are complaining about, because if the painting is actually worth millions of dollars, it's already hit the commercial market. If it was
yeah,
bought by a
they right.
billionaire, you know what I mean, it's way past the graffiti artist
Way.
level. Anyway, this is not a mural on the side of a building or anything like that. No, this is actually a painting that he took time to actually paint. It went through the artwork, world and all that good stuff. Is well known that he's a great painter, and it just never been before seen in the public view. It's not been in the museum or art gallery. Somebody bought it, like, I want that, and it's just been sitting there. You know what I mean? So they can actually do what they want. They say, Beyonce the commercial was shot in Los Angeles at the Orem House, and the ad shows Beyonce in a form-fitting black dress with mesh evening gloves and an updo, hairstyle, and obvious nod to Audrey Hepburn's character in the Breakfast at Tiffany's rom-com. So they're tying in a whole bunch of, Tiffany-related items in this one commercial. The color on the painting, the old movie, what I mean, Breakfast at Tiffany's and all that good stuff. It's shot with an old school type feel, type vibe. Jay-Z's in the tuxedo and everything, sitting in a plush chair. Or then that other one, they standing next to the grand piano. Jay-Z's coming down, walking around, and Beyonce sitting at the grand piano with the dress draping down on the floor and everything. So it looks very classy.
Right.
Very
so
upscale looking.
Somebody just have simple clause. They use the painting.
It's always gonna be something to say. But now everybody is happily say shortly after the ad teaser dropped, Basquiat became the trending Twitter topic as people wondered how the famously anti-capitalist artist would feel about his work being used to sell jewelry. See, that's the catcher. He was anti. But I mean, that's the whole thing about it. Just because
they can't think for him.
His legacy was being based was non-commercialism. He believed in the simple life. To think the power of money and the love of money corrupts people and all that kind of stuff. But then you're using
exploiting them, right? Using his
painting to sell one of the most
expensive,
a Tiffany diamond. Like a diamond is the most blood. Bloated.
Right.
It's the bloated prices. Diamonds are not valuable. That's what I'm saying. People, that's the whole thing that gives diamond their prices, because people think that they're rare. People think that you just can't find a diamond anywhere. They're so precious. But no, diamonds are very easy to find if you got a large concentration of dead animals that used to live somewhere like in the Sahara, in the sub-Saharan Africa and all that kind of other stuff, where a lot of animals started and it went extinct and had enough time to turn into diamonds. So yeah, it's not a hard thing to find in certain areas. It was just when these companies make people think that they're exclusive. Oh, we have this rare 18 thing VVS, this, that, and the third. But it's a million more of them sitting in a safe somewhere back outside in the mine. You know what I mean? So and they hold all of these diamonds in storage. Nowhere near all of the diamonds that get mined make it to the market.
No, they hold them, man. It's value.
And that's the whole thing. They create the diamond market. People think they're rare because the only people who mine them own all of them. They hold them. It's not a whole bunch of companies out there mining for diamonds. You know what I mean? So they have a so-called almost monopoly on it. You know what I mean? So, and that they said that the artist Basquiat wasn't the type of person or artist to approve of his pieces being used in ad form, especially from multi-billionaires. The one person wrote on Twitter, he said his art was all about pain and beauty in low places. So it comes across as tone deaf and a flippant flex on his legacy. Say another added that it's insane to me that rich people can just buy art from artists who have passed on and no one else gets to see it. Kind of gross. And you say, in my opinion, like these pieces should be able to be seen by everyone. And that's literally what Basquiat would have wanted. But in essence, that's kind of what's happening right now.
Yeah.
That painting is getting so much exposure right now because someone had bought it, put it in their home where not everybody can see it. Now it's in a worldwide commercial.
Yeah.
So people are gonna be talking about who is Basquiat, what's going on, and it's about to. Exactly. Just the same way we're talking about it, thousands of other people going to be talking about it the same way. So it's a double-edged sword almost. You can't get famous without going commercial. That's the whole purpose about it. Word of mouth will only take you so far. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can be underground and all that good stuff, but I mean, if you really wanted to, you really need to get your message across, you got to go into the mainstream some kind of way. You know, and it's not about selling your soul or selling out or whatever people want to, you can still maintain your morals and your code and make money doing it. You know, it's no one said that one has to go without the other. You know what I mean? But I think that's where the controversy is coming in. A lot of people don't think that this artist would have originally approved for his painting to be used. He probably would have wanted it to just that painting to be donated to a museum or something like that for everybody to see. So we'll see how this plays out. See if they change the background. See if they change that picture out. Do some editing and post production or something like that. If they get enough bad reactions to people not approving of that painting being in the commercial. But I think it's a classy commercial myself. I don't think it's exploitative in any kind of way. You know, it's got two beautiful black people in it, two beautiful rich black people in it that came up from nothing, both of them. You know what I mean? So it just shows the power of what, where hard work can do. So it can go either way. Do you think it's a disrespectful to that artist to have that painting in the commercial, or do you think it's actually paying homage to that artist to having recently rarely seen painting actually being exposed to the rest of the world? Let us know, 812-303-5018 on our Facebook page, facebook.com/live999WJCB. Urban Revolution Radio with your boy Nino and your man D Hicks on Live 99. Let us know what you want to hear at 812-303-5018 on our Facebook page, facebook.com/live999WJCB. Want to wish a special happy birthday to my 18-year-old Junior, spending his first birthday away from home out there at the University of Louisville. I know you're not listening because you're in class right now, but happy birthday if you get to listen to the podcast afterwards. If you got a birthday wish that you want to send out, just hit us up in the comment box on our Facebook page and let us know. We'll wish a happy birthday to whoever you want us to wish a happy birthday to on this birthday edition of the Urban Revolution Radio Show. Lil Nas X is returning to work at Taco Bell. After many years, he used to work there in high school as a cashier, but now he's returning as Chief Impact Officer. And he's saying life has come full circle. He's quoted this tweet saying, "I officially work at Taco Bell again." Lil Nas announcing his honorary position as Chief Impact Officer at the fast food chain where he had his first job in high school, according to People Magazine. They say the two-time Grammy Award winner, age 22, has taken on a new role at Taco Bell where he worked his first job as a teenager. The fast food chain has tapped Lil Nas X, a.k.a. Montero Hill, as its Chief Impact Officer, which is an honorary title that allowed them to team up on an exclusive experience around his upcoming debut album, Montero, kicking off the first 60 days of their partnership. So I guess this is not like a paid job that he's working at, but it's for promotional purposes only, just to try to tie in, I guess, him and Taco Bell in whatever way. So it's not really like, I guess he's not really doing any kind of social. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like some social impact kind of, maybe some LGBTQ awareness. Taco Bell was probably jumping in on or something like that. But yeah, it's just another promotional blitz. As I say, he shared the news Monday on Twitter, talking about how he was nostalgic and remembering his high school part-time gig. He said he officially worked at Taco Bell again with his new position, and Taco Bell has adopted Live Nas as a new spin on their motto of Live Mas. I was waiting on you to say. I just knew you was gonna say something. You bite your tongue so hard it's about to bleed. I picked this story on purpose just to see what you was gonna say on it. Oh my God, you got your composure. I give it to you, D. You kept your composure on this one. Say Lil Nas X knows the job. It's the experience and the culture Taco Bell creates for its fans, including its people. Taco Bell CEO Mark King said in a statement, said this unique partnership would deliver on more than just marketing, allowing us to tap into the genius of Lil Nas X to inspire our team members and align with our commitment to unlocking opportunities for young people. So I I don't know if I agree with the genius part of it.
Genius part because he hadn't really done anything but twerk on a damn devil.
You know, I'm going to put blood in some
And tennis
Nikes.
shoes, so
You know, and his songs. I mean, he's really not that great of a singer, but he's a novelty right now.
right,
They're riding that
they're
novelty
riding that
wave.
train right now.
You know what I mean?
And then at the end, they're gonna leave him alone. Watch out.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be over real quick, especially once they see if it don't catch on like that, if they don't get any kind of rise in sales and all that. Because Bootsy been coming out, talking about him and saying, he's Bootsy then got on YouTube and made his little statements talking about he don't agree with how that. Well, this fly in here just driving me nuts right now. If y'all see me waving my hands like that, I'm not here having a fit. I'm trying to wave this fly away from. But Bootsy been coming out. I've been Yeah, Lil Boosie been coming out talking about him and making his statements about his impact on the hip hop culture and young people and all that kind of other stuff. So I think that's what Taco Bell is just trying to capitalize on the publicity, because there's no such thing really as bad publicity when it comes. If you catch the wave at the right moment, even in the worst situations, you can try to capitalize. I mean, I don't. I haven't messed with him. I see what comes out of me. I see what comes out of me when I eat that Taco Bell. Ooh, yeah. So, I don't mess with taco. I'm not a fan of it. Like I said, it has nothing to do with Lil Nas X, none of that kind of. But I mean, if they're gonna capitalize on it, I'll say it was just. I'm disappointed. As I say, I'm reading the story and looking at the story as we're bringing it to you. And this is the immediate reaction. Most of the stuff that we talk about on the show is we're finding out about it just as we're bringing it to you. So these are initial, authentic reactions that you see us going through. You know what I mean? But it's a Lil Nas X partnering with the Taco Bell Foundation. They announced the awards, announcing awards to the recipients of the Live My Scholarship, which is totaling like $7 million that was given to 725 students in 2021. You know what I mean? But like I say, they could have did all of that stuff without Lil Nas X's help. It says the industry baby artist appears in Taco Bell's breakfast campaign as well. And the company brings breakfast back to the menus of 90% of their locations. And the campaign will offer fan engagement experiences with Lil Nas X, which will be announced later on this fall. I say Lil Nas X is one of the most important voices of this generation, said Jennifer Frommer, who is the senior vice president of brand partnerships and commercial sync at Columbia Records. So I mean, they gotta incorporate him some kind of way. You gotta say, give it some kind of significance. But I really don't see where he's, I don't see how this is helping Taco Bell really in either way. I mean, like I said, unless you're really legitimately trying to reach out to the LGBTQ community, which I think they could have gave him a better role instead of just appearing in commercials. You know what I mean? They could have had him making appearances at the schools, something like that. Be giving away the scholarships to the kids in award ceremonies and all that good, or making people aware, making appearances, making speeches, that kind of good stuff. But just so they gotta make you some kind of way. So they decided to put him in a Taco Bell commercial. You know what I mean? Why not? You know what I mean? So is that going to make you more interested in eating Taco Bell, seeing a Lil Nas X commercial? Are you proud or inspired by Lil Nas X in any way for being the new chief, what they calling her now? No, it's not chief executive officer. Chief impact officer. Chief executive. No, he ain't running Taco Bell. And it's just an honorary position. Right. And which I'm trying to figure out what's the impact? What does that mean? Chief impact officer. Something made up. You know what I mean? Something made up. So let us know what you think about Nas's new position at Taco Bell. 812-303-5018 or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/live999 WJCB. Urban Revolution Radio with your boy Nino and your man D Hicks on Live 99. Let us know what you want to hear at 812-303-5018 or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/live999WJCB, sponsored by Loudberries Clothing at loudberries.com for the 420 clothing enthusiasts. Get fresh to death for the fall at loudberries.com. If you're an independent artist or entrepreneur, you want to get your music heard here on Urban Revolution Radio on Live 99, all you have to do is submit your music in clean MP3 format to our website now at live999wjcb.com with a brief description what you got going on in a clean MP3 version of your music. And if it's on point, we'll show it as much love as humanly possible. And you could be our next independent artist or entrepreneur of the week, just like PD and the Big D with I, only here on Live 99 WJCB. And here in Indiana, also in local news, we got 146 new COVID cases being reported since the beginning of the month, and 2 area deaths here in Vandenberg County because of COVID-19. And say on Tuesday, the Indiana health officials reported 3,640 new positive cases and 57 deaths statewide, which brings the pandemic total in the state to 829,010 cases and 13,885 deaths since the beginning of this, going back to 2020. So there were 140 new cases, 146 new cases in Vandenberg, 37 new cases in Warwick, 28 new cases in Du Bois, 23 in Gibson, 13 in Spencer, 8 in Posey, at Pike, and Perry counties, respectively. And there were only 2 new reported deaths in Vandenberg County. One was from, in Indiana anyway, in this area. One was from Du Bois County, and the other one was from Warwick County here in southern Indiana. So you can also schedule a COVID-19 vaccine appointment at ourshot.in.gov, or with or without a computer, you can call 211 to get some information. But I'm telling you, this Delta variant,
Bad boy,
man, and it's about to hit these schools like crazy. They've already started shutting down schools like crazy. I mean, a lot of the campuses about to go back into lockdown. Let's say my junior just got to the University of Louisville, checking into his dorms and everything, which I know they're about to shut that down. It was mostly a lot of people were walking around with the mask on when we were down there. A lot of the buildings that I saw had the mask mandate still mandatory to come in, those kind of signs on the door. So they were, and plus they were like handing out masks, in the little bucket for you, making sure people had masks. So I think they were doing what they can to try to mitigate the spread, without having to shut the campus down. But I mean, if people are going too far and opening things back up too fast, and I mean, going to all of these events. Then you're going to have all these homecoming events, football games, baseball games. Football season just started back up.
I know one of these counties,
Pike County.
They went to virtual learning, but they still have sporting events.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Because that's where the money is. In the sporting event.
It makes no sense to it.
It makes a whole bunch of sense. It don't make no healthy sense.
Right.
But it's money sense. I'm telling you, it's money sense. I'm telling you, because those sporting events, that's what they're counting on. That's going to get people paid, get people back, get the economy back running. You know what I mean? So they're going to try to make as much money off the basketball, the football, baseball as much as possible. Even if they have to shut the kids down in the dorm, they can watch the games from the dorm. They're going to stream it from the dorm and all that good stuff. That's what they're planning on right now. I really believe that's what they're planning on, that they're doing. That they're going to lock these kids back down in the school. Virtual learners going to come back. They're going to let the athletes come back in school and just run their games and all, and try and practice social distancing at the stadiums and all. It's going to go right back to the way it was in early 2020. So after they really opened it up too fast, COVID-19 Delta variant is back stronger than ever. We got the booster shot that's supposed to be trying to come out. Pfizer just got its FDA approval. So we're trying to see if we're going to try to get the approval for the 16 and unders and for the kids now that they're back in school. Full swing now. So they try to get these kids to get doctor statements so that they don't have to wear masks and stay home. So it's about to get crazy, man. And people don't know when to sit down and just chill. We're rushing this opening back up too far, too fast. and we're gonna have to shut it right back down. You know what I mean? In a couple of what you said, a couple of weeks, 2 weeks. In 2 more weeks. Right. So we'll see if that prediction comes true. And also, the Woodland Park Apartments here in Evansville, they're blaming COVID-19 now. Fall of the.
Well, they had COVID since 2000.
They've been having COVID problems for the past 20 years, huh? Yeah, because now all that park side over there, man, it ain't nothing nice. It ain't never been nothing nice over in the apartments. I say I used to deliver for Spuds and stuff, and used to go into half the hallways, have lights. And that's what they're doing. They said that the reason that COVID-19 shut down their ability to take care of the property and shut down their ability to pay. So, but I don't think Centerpoint and the water, the utility, they're not buying it. That's just the excuse that they're using to try to, CYA, because they know that Section 8 and a lot of other, they're not certifying people, to come in. It's not it's not COVID-19 that's shutting you down and stopping people from moving in. It's word of mouth from other people. Like, no, don't move in here. We trying to get out of here. We do not move into the command. It's like Mad Max sometimes when you walk up in there. Not only just the look, the smell sometimes up in there. Man, you ain't never been up in there deep like that. Man, I'm telling you, them hallways, especially you going there in the wrong time of day where there's no light in the hall. Man, don't say it one more time, boy. Telling you, boy, it look just like that when you walking down them hallways. So, man, they trying to say it was COVID-19 that stopped them from paying their bills and taking care of the complex, and came and find maintenance men and all.
They're just talking about more time and scam more money.
That's all it's gonna be. Say the manager said that over the past year and a half, COVID-19 has caused problems for the business, but all the obligations regarding mortgages, taxes, payroll, and vendor claims were current. But due to the outstanding bills, the complex has struck payment plans with both the Evansville Water and Sewer Utility and Centerpoint Energy. It's in a deal with the former, which is considered to be a contract with the city, technically allowed the city council to issue the subpoena for their work.
Man, the city just take on the whole problem and be done with it.
And that's probably what they're leaning toward, but I don't think that management is going to let that happen, because you get slumlords don't want to let their property go. They making money without having to do any work. But all they got to do is do the bare minimum. That's exactly what they're doing right now. And they plan on people's pain at that point. They know there's always going to be somebody desperate enough.
What did they move there?
And that's exactly what they're saying. Okay, what you're getting when you were, just like what we say, when you go to a baby concert, or when you go, what you're getting into when you come up in here. So don't expect no miracles. Don't expect us to do it. Your boss told you what this apartment was like before you moved. People that live in here, so don't expect. And that's what this is like when the building caught on fire twice over there in the complex and all that kind of. There's been all kind of terrible stuff going on down in the wood apartments. You know what I mean? They don't repair none of that stuff that's ever went wrong. Right. They just cover it up, board it up, and then just move on and just keep collecting those Section 8, Social Security, disability. What I mean? Because I don't think it's really too many people that actually with legitimate employment, 40-hour work week. They can afford to live somewhere else. That's really living there. If you can afford to live somewhere else, you're not going to be living over there. So we'll see what it turns out to. This is the latest attempt for them to try to dodge responsibility for fixing that area over there. They're blaming it on the COVID-19 now, and
I don't blame them. The COVID-19.
Yeah, this the Delta variant. The reason why they ain't paid a water bill, because they couldn't find enough tenants to move in, and the apartments were too vacant and all this. So excuses. Well, we'll see what it turns out. Hopefully, they can get somebody down there. Now that these subpoenas and all that stuff have been issued by the city for them to get the records and see where the money's actually been going, what they've been doing. Because that's what they were holding back for, stalling for. Trying not to turn over the records to the city. But once you get into an agreement to pay back the city and all that good stuff.
You
That they
have
can,
to show
they
right.
gonna ask you for any, any and everything. You just spend any money on in any kind of way before they actually allow them, to give you more money to help you pay.
Ample opportunity.
You know what I mean? So we'll see how it turns out and see how it works out. Hopefully, those people over there in Woodland Park Apartments can get some justice and get that building fixed and get their apartments back up to code. Do you know anybody that lives over there in Woodland Park? Have you ever lived over there in Woodland Park Apartments here in Evansville? Have you ever lived in any kind of slumlord run apartments and had to take legal recourses in order to get things fixed? How did that work out? Let us know 812-303-5018 on our Facebook page. Excuse me. Facebook.com/live999WJCB. Yo, and that will do it for another edition of Urban Revolution Radio with your boy Nino and your man D Hicks. Hope you had just as much fun as I did. You did? All right. Don't forget to join us back tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel, for another edition of Urban Revolution Radio from 8 a.m. until 10 Central Standard Time. We'll have a whole bunch of more fun. Big ups to our independent artist of the week this week, Kevin Lefler, a.k.a. PD, PD and the PD. With this song, exclusively here on Urban Revolution Radio on Live 99. If you are an independent artist or entrepreneur, you want to get your music heard or your business some exposure, all you have to do is hit us up in our email at ninoincognito@gmail.com or on our website right now at live999wjcb.com to make your musical submission. Make sure it's a clean MP3 version with a brief description of your business. And if it's on point, we'll show it as much love as humanly possible. And you could be our next independent artist or entrepreneur of the week, just like PD and the Big D here with this song, And don't forget, starting Monday, we've got your chance to win a pair of tickets to see DC Young Fly over at the Victory Theater here in Evansville. Every day starting August the 30th, we'll be giving away 2 tickets every day during the show, and all you have to do is listen for your chance to win. Like and subscribe to our Facebook page and to our YouTube page to increase your chances of winning a pair of tickets to see DC Young Fly at the Victory Theater here in Evansville, Sunday, September the 5th. You got anything else you need to add?
No, sir, I'm ready to eat.
All right, it's been a blast. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.